Hey guys, first off, sorry for the lack of uploads lately on my channel. I've just have not had time to edit videos lately, but I do have a few things recorded. I just need to edit them. For example, these past few weeks, they've been letting us play in post rotation. This video was from like about 2 or 3 weeks ago when they first started letting us play post rotation, and I am playing Dragapult here on the left. My opponent is playing Future Box on the right. And my start was very slow here. Could only get a Dreepy. I had to Ultra Ball for it. I had a second Ultra Ball, but I figured I would save that for a Fez on the next turn because my hand was very bad, and I was hoping he would knock out my active here. But it's been a while since I had played against Future Box, and I didn't realize, or I just totally forgot about the Pokemon he's about to play down right now, which is the Iron Bundle, which lets him pretty much switch out one of my benched Pokemons to the active. I get to choose the new active, but since I only have one Pokemon on the bench, that's pretty much the only option. So he's able to knock it out with his Miraidon, which does, I believe it does 40 plus the 20 from each Iron Crown, which was enough to knock out the Dreepy. I actually ended up top decking another Dreepy, so I benched that, and then I Ultra Balled for the Fez as planned. The thing is, I believe I had to Ultra Ball my boss, and then, but thankfully after this turn, I was able to set up. The Fez really did help out there. Got a full board here, got 3 Dreepies, 1 Badoo, and then here, he was going to get another knockout, and he's going to be able to set up his Iron Hand, so honestly, it was a very bad game for me. I just had a very bad first turn, and that kind of messed everything up for the rest of this game. But pretty much since he's item lock, all he's able to do is just attack, get a second knockout on the Badoo, and then he keeps powering up that Iron Hands. And then he also is powering up the Miraidon, which I was kind of ignoring. I was more worried about that Iron Hands. But that second attack from Miraidon does 160, plus the 20 from each Iron Hand. Right now, that's at what? 60, 70, 80, 90, well, 200. All he needs is 20 more, and he's able to knock out that Fez. So should have also been worried about that, but I'm worried about that Iron Hands because I know it's going to be taking 2 price cards here on the next turn. My turn right now, it just ended, but I was just kind of able to set up a little bit more, but still wasn't able to do much. Still no attack. That Miraidon is going to be able to take another knockout if it wanted to, but of course he is going to be going into this Iron Hands. What did he do there? I think he Iono'd me, which I think I was fine with because I didn't have much going on in my hand, and that Iono did kind of help me to pop off on this next turn, as you're about to see. But he does go ahead and Iron Hands my Duskull, so he's now at 2 prizes. I am still at 6, so I'm pretty much behind here. But I promoted the Dreepy here, and I'm not sure what I'm going for here. I know I definitely want to Iono him, and that's definitely what I do, but I'm not sure what I'm thinking about here. I guess I'm kind of preparing for the last turn and trying to make sure that I can disrupt him and try to catch up here. So I benched the bear for the probably for my final attack in case he hits my Charizard 2 times. But I know at this point I do have the Charizard available to me, but I'm just going through the sequencing here. I don't know if I have an Iono in hand yet. I might have gotten it from one of these Dracloaks, but yep, I keep evolving. So I have all my Dracloaks out now at this point, doing the final one. And what was that? I can't tell if that was the Iono. Oh, okay. Oh, no. I remember now. I don't Iono. I play the Unfair Stab. So I did get the Charizard out here with the Jack. I also power up the other Dracloak. I think that's the one that was already evolved from the previous turn. So I'm going to go ahead and evolve that into a Dragapult as well. So I have a pretty good board at this point. Now I just need to make sure to disrupt him, which I switch into the Charizard, and I play the Unfair Stab here at the end. Just making sure to thin out my hand as much as I can before I play the Unfair Stab. So I attach the what is that? The energy share, EXP share. Then I Unfair Stamp him to 2 cards. But unfortunately, he did have the baton on attached as well. So he was planning to attack with the Iron Crown, but he top decked the Pheasantipity, and he went into an Arven, which allowed him to get the Prime Catcher, and then he's able to knock out the Pheasantipity with his Miraidon. So that's pretty much game there. Almost had it, was almost able to come back, but didn't quite happen. Going into game number 2. All right, so game number 2, my opponent chose actually my favorite deck at the time. This was what I was planning to play to Atlanta Regionals, but I was convinced otherwise because after playing the deck quite a bit, because I was really like set on playing this for Atlanta, but I played it a lot online and with friends, and yeah, just kind of found out that it's not the most consistent deck. It does kind of brick a bit, but in this game, I think it went well. So let's go ahead and see how this game went. By the way, I have my son here next to me. He wants to kind of sit by my side while I edit the video. So he's being quiet though. So if you guys hear him a little bit, you guys know that's what it is. But my opponent, he's also playing, we're kind of playing the same deck here. He's playing the Blissey EX, but he's playing the Walls version, or like, yeah, I think that's what it's called, the Walls version, with the Milotic and the that little Girafarage thing, the Cornerstone he just played down. Mine is just straight up Blissey. No really walls in here. It's mainly a Blissey with a Hydreigon EX. I love the Hydreigon just because you're able to get these crazy final turns with my Blisseys, just switching all of the energies to the Hydreigon and doing its second attack, which lets him do 130 damage to the active as well as 130 to 2 benched Pokemon. Without bench barrier right now, I think it's very strong. Yeah, so I also play with Trolley, so I was able to fill up my bench right here. Set up 2 other Blisseys on the bench and one of my Hydreigon. I think at this time I was only playing a 1-1-1 line of Hydreigon. After this night, I think I updated it to a 2-1-2 line. But then now I'm just not playing it anymore. But I used TM Evo and was able to evolve one of my Blisseys and got the Zoelis, I believe it's called, the stage 1 of Hydreigon. What did my opponent do? My opponent Ionoed, so he's Ionoing. Let's see what I draw into here. He already has 1 Monkey Dory set up as well, so that's pretty good for him. With the Blissey, he's already moving damage around. I also have 1 set up, so I have my counter to his Monkey Dories, although he is able to move 6 damage counter, whereas I'm currently only able to move 3 damage counters. But similar, we have a lot of tools. So he used the Turbo Energizer, which lets him attach 2 energies to his bench Pokemon in any way he likes. He decided to attach them to the Cornerstone. I did talk to him after the game, now that I remember. He didn't know what the heck I was playing. Once I benched that Hydreigon, or the Dino, he just didn't know what to do. So he was trying to prepare as best he could. I don't even think he knew that the Hydreigon didn't have an ability, because I think he was preparing for that. But here I Ultra Ball, and I believe I get my Hydreigon, and here's where he finds out that the Cornerstone isn't really going to do much here, because my Hydreigon does not have an ability, but it has an awesome first attack as well. I love the first attack, which does 200 to the active and discards the top 3 cards on my opponent's deck. So you kind of also have a second win condition with any Hydreigon deck, where you can mill your opponent's deck, have them go to 0 cards in their deck, and then you can win that way as well. That's one of the other ways to win a Pokemon game. But here he's setting up another wall. He realized the Cornerstone's not going to work. Let's go ahead and try Milotic, which I forget what the Milotic does. Let me quickly go and check that. Okay, so yeah, the Milotic prevents all damage done to it by Terra Pokemon. So yeah, once he realized that it's a Terra Pokemon, he decided he's going to go ahead and set up his Milotic. Right now, he's going through the motions, and he's TM Evoing to try to get that Milotic in play. So that's exactly what he does. Milotic and another Blissey. So next turn, he should be able to start attacking with the Milotic. And let's see what I do here. I think what I do is I pull off the second attack from Hydreigon, Obsidian, which is such a cool name. So I'm Arvening here for an Ultra Ball, as well as the counter gain, I believe it's called, which if I'm behind on prizes, I'm allowed to attack for 1 colorless energy less. I guess I'm preparing for the future here, but I attached it to the water pond, switched into Mew. We're trying to draw more cards here. I'm a little bit bricked up, it seems. And let's see what I get. Get the water. So I'm attaching to the water pond. And we just go straight up and attack with the Obsidian. Or sorry, the first attack, which discards the top 3 for another 200 onto the Blissey. The Blissey is a little bit tanky. It does have 300 HP, so not an easy Pokemon to knock out, especially with my deck. So just 200, and he goes ahead and sets up his Milotic. I think he's about to bring it up. He's moving some damage here with the Monkey Dories, moving them over to the Mew EX on my side. Then he happy switches to the other Monkey Dory. I love doing this as well with my Monkey Dories. It's just so fun to do this with the Blissey deck. But I've always loved decks that lets you move energies around. This is one. I used to play Armor Rouge, so that one was the other deck that I would play. It's just so cool when you're able to move energies around like that. But he's not even able to retreat, so yeah, he wasn't able to retreat there, so that kind of hurt him. And I use Crispin, and this is where I believe I use my Obsidian attack to knock out the active, as well as the 2 Monkey Dories, which is very bad for him. So if I remember correctly, I think he just scoops after this, because I took 4 prizes there, which I was at 5, so I have 1 prize card left. And let's see what he does here. I think he brings up the Milotic. I'm gonna attack with the Milotic. Oh, which the attack for the Milotic is kind of interesting, because it does 160, and then it also puts me to sleep. So if I don't hit heads here, which I didn't see what that was, I think we'll find out right here. If I attack, that means I hit heads. If I retreat, that means I didn't hit heads. So what am I going to do? Okay, I have the switch. So we're going to switch into the Mew. Attach tools here. I think I'm just thinning out. Bring back my Hydreigon. So he definitely did put me to sleep there, and I hit tails. So I did 130. I used the same attack, Obsidian. No damage to the Milotic, but I do 130 to the 2 benched Pokemon. And on the next attack, if he puts me to sleep again, I guess it's all going to come down to me staying asleep. If not, I just use Obsidian again, and I can take out that Ogre Pawn. So that was my game plan here. He's going to use Monkey Dory. Going to happy switch over to it. And let's see. He's moving over some damage over to my Hydreigon. And once, I believe... Okay, he doesn't quite knock me out. But did I hit another Tails? I think I did hit a Tails. Otherwise, it would have been game. So I'm moving damage over with my Monkey Dory. I'm thinking. Let's see. What's going on here? Oh, did I just pass? Okay. Okay, it's his turn. He bosses up my Ogre Pawn, and he attacks. So he put my Ogre Pawn to sleep. I remember now, this was a weird time, like the end game here was a little bit weird. I set up 2 Monkey Dories, and I believe we were at time already. So I moved 6 damage over to it, and it didn't quite get knocked out, but somebody came over, and they were watching the game, and they were like, it's knocked out. And my opponent didn't even like count the damage counters. They're like, oh, okay. We just both assumed that it had already been knocked out with the damage that I had moved, but it definitely wasn't. It still was at 19 damage counters, but yeah, you see, like right there, somebody came over and they're like, yeah, it's dead, when it wasn't. So we just scooped it up, and he gave me the game there. So kind of unfortunate that it ended that way, but moving on to game number 3, they chose the same deck. So for game number 3, I will be playing the Blissey deck again. This time, I will not be cheating at the end of the game here. But it looks like I am playing up against the Ogre Pawn box. They started the, what is that? The Teal Mask Ogre Pawn. Looks like 2 Teal Mask Ogre Pawns. I started the Water Pawn. Attached TM Turbo Energizer. It started to accelerate some energy here. 1 Dark to the Monkey Dory. A Water to the Terapagos. Onto their turn, they keep powering up the Teal Mask Ogre Pawn. They Crispin. Oh, actually, they did start the Water Pawn as well. I couldn't quite tell, but it was a Water Pawn. They retreated it, and they are going to be attacking with their Teal Mask Ogre Pawn. They bench the Pheasantipity just so that they can prepare for if there's a knockout. I usually don't like benching the Fez until they actually a knockout is actually taken out. It just feels like a liability. But yeah, my Monkey Dory moves over some damage, and then I am gonna be, what do I attack with here? I think I just used the first attack from the Water Pawn, which kind of forces my opponent to not be able to retreat. They take the knockout, which I was expecting, which is why I attached the counter gain over to the Terapagos. That way I just need 1 energy on it to attack. What did I do there? Did I Ultra Ball? Couldn't quite see, but yeah, here's what I mean. I do play the Pheasantipity now that they've taken a knockout, get some draws in here, and I bench the Chansey and a second Monkey Dory here. I go ahead and attack, and I don't quite take a knockout here. Still not doing quite enough damage, but on his turn, he just Ultra Balls and grabs a Hoot, and another benches another Teal Mask Ogre Pawn and just goes ahead and attacks. He's just doing 120 damage here, so I'm not quite knocked out. Draw for turn, and then I do draw into an Arven. Arven gets me TM Turbo Energizer as well as Earthen Vessel. Play the Earthen Vessel, getting rid of the Turbo Energizer just to grab 2 more energies. And that Dark is going to be going onto my Monkey Dory, my second one, so that I can move over 6 damage counters. So I'm not sure what I'm hesitating on right here. Looking at the prize cards they have. Do I not want to take a knockout here? Okay, so I move over 3 damage from the first Monkey Dory, and it knocks out the Ogre Pot. Oh, that's what it was. So I was 3 damage short, and if I had attached to that second Monkey Dory, I wouldn't have been able to attack because now I'm not behind. But on my prizes, I actually grabbed the Blissey, so now I can attach the Dark to the Monkey Dory and then use Blissey's ability to move it over to my Ogre Pawn so that I can use both Monkey Dory and attack on the same turn. So that's what happened there. That's why I hesitated on attaching to the Monkey Dory, but I got lucky with the my prizes there. On their attack, on their turn, they promoted the Water Pawn as well. They're going to go ahead and use the second attack from the Water Pawn, which allows them to do 100 to the active and 120 to one of the benched Pokemon. Let's see who they decide to target here. I'm assuming one of the Monkey Dories, probably the one with the energy. But let's see them play out their turn here. All right, cut, and they bench the Blood Moon Ursaluna, getting that ready for the final game, or for the end game. Energy switch, and yeah, they're gonna go into their attack, taking out the Monkey Dory. My Terapagos is not quite dead here. Yeah, it's not dead. I can't tell how much HP it has just because I use these tiny little dices, and I can't see from this the video how much damage is on there. But he's still alive. I go ahead and Fez since he did take a knockout. I play down the stadium, another Chansey, attach for turn. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to attach to the Monkey Dory. I don't know why I attached to the Terapagos. Pretty sure that was an error or a mistake. So I play Iono, trying to disrupt my opponent because I do know that the Ogre Box deck does tend to brick quite a bit. Bench a Mew just to get a little bit more draw. And we're going to use Monkey Dory once again to move over some damage. Take out their Teal Mask Ogre Pawn. Oh, I guess I attacked there. So it's onto them now. Wait, nope, still my turn. Okay. So I did Monkey Dory and knock out the Water Pawn. So I'm still going here. I grabbed the Togekiss. This allows me to, if I take a knockout, when I take a knockout on the active, if I hit heads, I take another prize. So that hit tails, and I only got 1 prize there. Could have ended the game had I hit heads there, but didn't get that lucky that time. Onto their turn. They don't have really much set up. I only one energy, so they can attack with the Blood Moon Ursaluna here. What are they doing? Okay, so that's what they're doing now. I should have just promoted that, but they're gonna go for my Pheasantipity, so I can't get any draws here. So they attack. I promote my Mew EX. Let's see, what am I thinking about here? I just need one prize, so it should be pretty straightforward. I evolved my Dino into Zuelas, and then I played Nest Ball. This Nest Ball is going to go ahead and grab me the, most likely the Clefairy EX. Yep, there it is. Or sorry, what is that? Yeah, I think that's the Clefairy EX, Lily's Clefairy EX. I have the Mew, so all I need now is Energy Attachment and Energy Switch. So do I have it? I probably do. Most likely do. Let's see. So Arven for the Night Stretcher. Play the Night Stretcher for Fez. Okay. Oh. All right. Yeah, I was just benching it for more damage. All right, on to the last game here. We're going to be playing against Zoroark EX, one of the main new decks from Journey Togethers. This is the one that was hyped up early on at Worlds. Everybody thought it was going to be broken like it was back in the day, but not quite as broken in this format, just because there's not too many Ins Pokemon. Right now, they only have the Darmanitan and the Reshiram that can really be used as attackers, but my opponent set up a really wide bench here, a bunch of Zoruas, and passed it over to me. I'm able to set up here as well using a bunch of Buddy Puffins to go wide as well here. I benched 2 Dreepies, I have the Badoo, and now I have a Charmander. So that's pretty much a perfect board right there for now. Just missing the Dreepy, which doesn't seem like I got there. But let's see, am I able to retreat? Oh, there it is. There's the Dreepy rescue board. Yeah, this is perfect. Perfect for me. Badoo onto them. Let's see what they're able to do on their turn. From what I remember, I think they definitely were able to pop off here as well. Looks like most likely they're going to TM Evo into their Zoroarks. So they grab the TM Evo. And then they're missing the energy, so they grab the Earthen Vessel. Earthen Vessel lets them grab the energy, but they're going to go ahead and shuffle anyway. And then probably right now they're going to tell me they're going to go back into the deck. Okay, so they bench the Petrant, bring up the Zorua. Oh yeah, they can't play that. They're Badooed. My bad. I always forget. So yeah, they use the Petrant to bring up the Zorua, and then TM Evo 2 of their Zoruas on the bench. So they now have 2 Zoroark EXs, which means they're going to be able to draw a lot of cards next turn. So on my turn, I don't really have much, so I just Badoo them again. No items for them, but regardless, they have a lot of draw. So right now we're just kind of discussing the poison because he didn't apply the poison for one of the Pokemon checkups. But that's all fixed now. He's going to use his trade ability once, using it twice. Got a lot of energy in the deck. Let's see what he decides to do here. I believe he's probably just going to attach to the Munkidori. Okay. And yep, going to knock out my Badoo using the ability to move some damage counters over. And I decide to promote, so I promote the Duskull, and then they just pass. So they apply some more damage for Pokemon Checkup, draw for turn. And I definitely have my Unfair Stamp in hand. I see the pink, trying to decide. I probably want to thin my deck out a little bit before I play it. Did I see? Yeah, it was a Buddy Puffin. So let's see what I grab here with the Buddy. Grab my 4th Dreepy. So I'm filling my bench up here with Dreepies. Probably should have saved that for a Pheasantipity, but here we are. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and Unfair Step, as I expected. Unfair Stamp. I miss playing that card because now I play the standard version, or a version of a Dragapult that plays the Terra tool that reduces the cost of energy for the Terra Pokemon. But I did get quite a few Dracloaks here. Going to start using the ability to draw some cards. So I used the first ability. Let's see what the second one gets me here. I really do need to place these cameras better so that I can see my hand better. I can always see my opponent's hands better than I can see my own. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just going to draw some cards and pass it over to my opponent. Couldn't really do much there. I think I regretted promoting the Duskull because there I had no way to retreat it. I probably would have been able to attack had I promoted a Dreepy instead of the Duskull. But on their turn, again, they just get to draw so many cards. That's the one thing that I'll give the Zoroark deck is that they can draw a lot of cards. But I wasn't able to really disrupt them much here. I didn't have any Badoo, so they get to play anything and everything that they can or they want to from their hands. And that's exactly what they do. At this point, they already have a Darmanitan set up, so I'm kind of in trouble here. When they attack here with the Darmanitan's attack, it does 90 to the active and 90 to one of the bench Pokemon, so he can pretty much take or knock out 2 Pokemon, and he goes for the Duskull, he goes for the Charmander and the Duskull. He left all my Dreepies in play, which is kind of interesting. I guess he was more scared of the Charizard here than he is my Dragapult, but I played Crispin here, gonna accelerate some energies, fire and a psychic, setting up my Dragapult that I'm most likely gonna be attacking with here. But if I attack into the Zoroark, I'm just gonna get return KO'd with the Reshiram. So I don't know if that's a good idea here. Let's see if that's what I end up doing, because I totally forgot. So I used the ability again to draw some more cards. Let's see, what did I get here? Okay, gonna evolve into Dragapult. I'm ready to attack. Gonna Ultra Ball. Probably gonna get another Dracloak here just to draw a little bit more. That or Fez. Probably Fez. Okay, no, just another Dracloak. Fez probably would have been better, but here we are. Let's see if I get what I need here. I'm mainly looking for Gust at this point, but okay, I did get it. Counter Catcher, and we're gonna take out the Darumaka. And let's see where we put the damage here. The rest of the board is Monkey Dory and Zoroark, so I guess I kind of spread it around here. Do 2-2-2, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but I think that's what I did there. Onto my opponent's side, they're going to start trading away, drawing as many cards as possible. That's one thing about the Zoroark deck, is that they do get to draw a lot of cards. But having played it myself, even after drawing all those cards, somehow I always feel like I would whiff what I need. But my opponent definitely did not seem to be whiffing here. He's going to Ultra Ball, most likely getting the Reshiram to attack with the Reshiram's attack, which does 170 with the first attack, and then the other one does 20 damage for each damage counter on the active Pokemon, or the Pokemon that you're going to attack with. So yep, that's what he's going to end up doing here, 170 damage. Oh, he's Monkey Doring, moving 30 damage over to the active Dragapult. And then, yeah, doing 170 damage. Onto my turn. I'm already starting to Dracloak here. I guess I kind of skipped a little bit here, but yep, drawing some more cards. Again here, I do not want to be attacking into the Zoroark to let him get access to that attack that does 20 damage for each damage counter, because if I attack for 200, he's going to be return KOing me for 400 damage. So definitely don't want to give him access to that. So what I'm most likely looking for here is gusting again onto the Reshiram. Against the Reshiram deck, you definitely always want to be going for their Pokemon that are going to be their main attackers, because if they don't have any Pokemon to attack with, any other Pokemon, their attack actually does nothing. But it looks like I am just going to be attacking into the Zoroark here. So yeah, not great. I'm hoping that he can just attack into my active Dragapult, but I think what he ends up doing is actually KOing the one that I set up on the bench, which is very bad, because now, yep, that's exactly what he does. Boss into my Dragapult. In the hindsight, I probably shouldn't have evolved. I should have just left them as my single prizers on the bench. That way he doesn't gust up the Dragapult, and just waited until the next turn. But Yeah, that was the main thing that caused me the game here. He is going to be Monkey Dooring over to the damaged Dragapult and just going to KO my new Dragapult that I had set up on the bench. So, yep, a very bad play there on my side. So right here, it's pretty much game at this point. I don't really know what I can do here. I mean, I can knock out the active, but I still need 5 prize cards, guys. I was trying to set up so that I could like take like a 4 or 5 prize card turn, but at this point it's going to be very hard. They're only at 1 prize card left. I'm trying to set up a Charizard, but I don't know if it's going to work. I think the only thing I can do here is probably stall. But they have the Petulant EX on the bench already, so anytime if I try to stall anything, they can just use the Petulant to bring the active. So yeah, I probably should have just given up here, given him the game, but I'm trying to do the best that I can here. So let's see what I come up with and if it's anything worthwhile. So I'm getting the Fezandipity. He did take a knockout, so I get access to Fez, get to draw 3 more cards. Let's see what I get from these cards. So I'm still going to be using the Dracloaks here, drawing a few extra cards. I probably should. I've been doing better with the sequencing here. I always usually now like to Fez before using my Dracloaks, but back then when I was first starting to play the deck, I just liked using my Dracloaks before Fez. But yeah, let's see. Gonna attach to the bench Dracloak, and yeah, going up with my Dragapult, knocking out, but he already has another one set up. So yeah, that's game. And that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.